Susquehannock from? When people learned that we're Susquehannock, kind of where are the Susquehannock from? Never heard of them before. They're from Lancaster County. They're in Lancaster County, near the Susquehanna River.
The Susquehannocks were the first historically documented group of Native Americans here. So we do know quite a bit about them from early journals and diaries, and they were a matriarchal society. The oldest woman in the clan decided pretty much what everybody would do, and that included the men if they wanted to go to war or they would go out on a hunting party. She, I think, gave them the final say whether they were going to go or not.
The women are the leaders of the tribes, not the men. The women lead, and we pick chiefs to help guide us, help lead us with the clan, with the tribe.
They also lived in longhouses, and a longhouse can hold probably about 4 family groups, all tied to one matriarchal woman, the oldest woman in the family. It was her longhouse, and then her daughters would live with her. Their husbands would move in to that longhouse when they got married. The girls would stay in the family longhouse. And most of the villages were stockaded or palisaded, and that was to keep out other tribes, at least slow them down, because the walls were double. You had to walk in between the walls to get into the village. It was kind of like a snail shell figure. But there were also wild animals at that point that threatened, if you didn't, left your kids down to play and crawl around. We had buffalo here in Pennsylvania, of course, wolves, bear. So the palisaded walls helped for protection.
I saw how they were dressed. Their Native American dress at that time, which to me was very scant. They described the men as being 5'7" rather than smaller men, which was something different because most Native Americans were on the shorter side. They were just a peaceful people, though. As time went on, they became a peaceful people. However, earlier than the 1700s, they did have skirmishes with other tribes, which was natural at that time, I believe.
I learned that the original people that lived on the area were known as the Shanks Ferry people. Not a lot is known about them. There was no written language, so everything was passed down orally. The Shanks Ferry people eventually were wiped out by the Susquehannock. And then after the Susquehannocks were wiped out pretty much by white man's diseases like smallpox and also the Beaver Wars in the 1600s, the Susquehannocks were a very large tribe when they were here and, and flourishing. But at that point, when there was just a few of them left, a lot of them were assimilating into the white man's ways of life.